And we welcome you to the Talladega Super Speedway for the running of the Yellawood 500. It's the championship for cutoff race, the second to last race in 2025. And it's right here from the big, bad, fast track, right here from the Talladega Super Speedway. Here we come to the green flag. It's going to be Austin Cindric on the pole with Kyle Larson to his outside. And here we go. The second to last race of the season is underway. We're racing at Talladega. Austin Cindric with the early race lead. Kyle Larson's going to lead that top lane. And coming to the line to lead the first lap here of this race, it will be Team Penske's Austin Cindric. And Cindric, he's a pretty solid super speedway racer. Everyone's going to have a chance here. We're going to see a different multitude of guys come out front here and lead some laps today. There's Alex Bowman in third. Bubba Wallace right there. He's a past Talladega winner, running inside the top 5 so far, top 10, excuse me, here on the second lap. And we're kind of seeing these lanes starting to form up here. Maybe a third lane on the outside. Josh Berry's going to go to the outside way in the back, but also we could see some gridlocks here. 2 lanes just forming here, and really not a third lane forming. But we come here to end off the second lap. There's really only 2 lanes so far. Go on board with William Byron, who won at Las Vegas, is in the championship for, as well as his teammate Chase Elliott, who goes to the inside of the 2-car of Austin Cindric for the race lead. And Chase Elliott's going to take a lead. William Byron is going to be with his teammate Kyle Larson on that outside, that third line. As I almost die there, but yeah, that third line's going to start to form there. Noah Gregson's going to be second in that line. The top lane, there's only 4 cars in that top lane, so it's probably not going to work out too well. It could, but we got more cars. The lead pack goes to the outside. Bowman and Cindric go up to pick up that outside lane, that third line. That's going to leave Larson in the middle. And what old Darrell Waltrip used to say, that's a sucker hole. 4 wide there nearly for a second. McDowell popped out of line there, and I believe he went out of line because Stenhouse gave a little bit of a bump maybe to the back end of the 71, and that just pushed McDowell up the track. Now that's going to put Cindric to the top lane, leading the high lane over Alex Bowman. And to see 3x3 here early on this race, I mean, that's kind of entertaining, I'm not going to say. Really, anyone in this pack has a chance, and really, it's 40 cars in this one main pack right here. That's all up in here, up in contention. Chase Elliott, of course, leading this race. You got a few cars that have lost the draft, but not too much. But McDowell's going to lead that middle line. And McDowell, it was Spire Motorsports, his first year, about to exit his first year with this team. Of course, going to be with this team for the next couple of seasons. Still looking for the first win with Chevy. He does have a couple of wins. His last win coming in 2023 at the Daytona 500. He's a 2-time Daytona 500 winner and, trying to get another super speedway win. And the next super speedway after this is, well, the Daytona 500. He's going to go for third in 2026. Kind of seeing a little bit of a difference, I would say, from the Xfinity race yesterday. There's a big wreck early on in that race. Austin Hill won it, of course. And we saw a lot of single file racing. And then the truck race on Friday night, that was kind of it was kind of a wreck fest a little bit. Gio Ruggiero got his first ever win in that race Friday, but today we're seeing the street-wide racing, and it's mostly clean three-wide racing. We haven't had any big issues yet, and really we've seen these top two kind of gridlock. We've seen a gridlock here as Ricky Stenhouse is going to take the race lead away here at Talladega. Stenhouse with Ty Gibbs right behind him will push him out front. And you can see they're about to go 4 wide. Cindric nearly up into that outside groove. That's about in the middle of the pack right there. Gonna go about 4 wide. You got Kyle Larson there, who's currently 3rd, and he's going to be good on points. I think he's the guy that's going to make it in on points. Well, if we have a non-playoff guy win today, then that means 2 guys are going to get on points. But I think Larson is going to be the main guy that gets on points, and we have someone else. It's either going to be the 20 or the 19 that make it in, and so far it's the 19 that's making it in on points. The second guy that's making it in on points, as Ricky Stenhouse is out front leading it here. Winless this year, had last win at North Wilkesboro a season ago. And I'm really kind of hyping these guys up because you never know, the big one could happen, and they just want to get their spotlight here on live TV. I think anyone would. I would if I was out there, but yeah, so far seeing these 3 lanes, and one thing I'm noticing, this top lane, it's not really getting the momentum it wants to. It's staying steady, but it's not gaining force. It's kind of just staying there. It's just stabilizing. It's not like these 2 packs we have up here, which of course are just leading the way and have the more force. Chase Elliott has Ross Chastain right behind him. 1 car blows an engine. We got a crash. Trouble in the tri-oval. 1 car gets airborne. It's 12 of Ryan Blaney, 6 of Keselowski involved, 34 Josh Berry, 41 Cole Custer. Yesterday's Xfinity winner Austin Hill in the 33 is involved in it. Caution is out on lap number 9 with the big crash on the front straightaway towards the back of the pack. Ryan Blaney got up and on his side, nearly went upside down. Christopher Bell, one of the cars involved in it. That's going to be big playoff implications for Bell, and that's going to help Chase Briscoe probably advance into the championship as a 4th guy. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, yeah, he just blew an engine, and that car just gets loose. Nothing he could do there. Gets into Bell, Nemechek, and then watch Ryan Blaney right here. Gets up and on his side, nearly goes upside down. That's pretty much going to end Ryan Blaney's chances at going to the championship. And so he have to wait till 2026 if he wants to get that first Cup Series championship. Here's another angle of it. That 41 just blows an engine, and he just starts weaving. I mean, nothing he could do there. Probably all that fluid and debris coming on the tires. And look at Ryan Blaney, who nearly went upside down. Well, to 6. Just not what you want to see, especially for a playoff guy. And let's take a look at Cole Custer's on board. Welcome back here to Talladega, where Chase Elliott is the leader of this race. And by the way, Briscoe would get in on points if a non-playoff guy wins. So if we get a non-playoff driver, Chase Briscoe is in, or it'd have to be a playoff repeat winner. So either Chase Elliott or William Byron has to win this race. So Chase Elliott, the leader right now, as the green flag gets back in the air. And Chase Elliott wins this race, and Briscoe is in, since Chase Elliott's already into the championship for his win last weekend in Martinsville. Got a pretty good restart right here. Ty Gibbs going to be running right behind him. He's going to try to help Stenhouse. McDowell's going to be leading that top lane here. Yeah, and that top lane isn't getting as formed as it is. We're pretty much going to have a single file line here right on the bottom of the track. And we saw with the Gen 6, we've had single file racing here, but with this next gen, it's on the bottom of the track instead of the top, which is pretty interesting that we're seeing single file racing here on the bottom of the track instead of the top of the track. But right now, oh, you can see there, they jumped to the inside. So this second lane is going to move to the inside. The primary lane is going to move to the middle of the track, which is going to be on the high side for now, unless the third lane starts to form, which we saw one trying to form before that caution came out. Nothing really came of it. Right now, we go on board with the one to Ross Chastain. And we can start to see something here. We got one car going to the outside. No one jumps out, and we could see something called a gridlock. But pretty much these two, we have these two lines, all right? One or two lines where these cars are this gridlock, and there's not another lane that can be formed. It's only two lanes that can be formed. And when there's a third lane, it really just phases out. We got a third lane trying to form now, and it's kind of with the aerodynamics. You would think, since these cars are pretty much asymmetrical with one another, you would think that they would work, but these cars just have an aerodynamic issue here. They have an aerodynamic issue here at these racetracks, and you know, maybe something could be worked on for next year, and maybe something could, because there's just a big problem with these gridlocks here, and we kind of saw that in the spring a little bit, you know, with the gridlocks here when Dan Suarez won that race, and we had a big one early on in that race. And that race went mostly calm until the final lap. Remember that big wreck with Justin Allgaier, who got injured in that race. And can't watch it now because, well, the old channel got deleted. And you can't watch the passings in the mock series, which started in 2022. Anyway, Ross Chastain on that inside right now. He has had a winless season, missed the playoffs. Stenhouse is the guy who's had a winless season, trying to win here at Talladega. Oh, trouble in the back. One car blows up, and that's a 24 William Byron. William Byron, who luckily won 2 weeks ago in Las Vegas to advance his way into the championship 4. So lucky with that win, but so unlucky here today that he's going to blow an engine. So that means if Chase Elliott or a non-playoff guy wins, all right, Chase Briscoe makes the championship 4. But if we have another guy, which I'm trying to think of, who else is in the round of 8 that's up here? Kyle Larson, though. But Kyle Larson's 3rd, so that kind of cancels that out. So it's either a non-playoff guy or Chase Elliott or Larson, then Briscoe's in. All right. So, but if it's anyone else, maybe like Denny Hamlin, who's under the cutoff. So if Denny Hamlin wins this race and Chase Briscoe's out, so that's interesting. So the only guy that I think would be willing to take team orders is a 54. He's going to be the only guy that's going to work with his teammates, I think, if he ever gets that chance to. But Chase Briscoe's been a slightly more consistent guy, and 2, he has more playoff points than the 11. The 11 only has 1 win this year at Martinsville. Chase Briscoe has 4 wins at Chicagoland, Nashville, Daytona, and Pocono. But we got this third lane on the outside, and, well, I'm kind of right here about the gridlock situation. It's really not. It's that third lane. No one's willing to go on that outside yet here. And the thing is, it's 12 laps to go. We got 12 laps to go. Time's running out. This is a short race time or lap-wise. It's a normal race time-wise. But, you know, we got laps. The laps are going to start winding down here. And these guys are going to have to start making a move here. We got 2 wide already. If you want to have more of a chance and you're back there, you have to make a third lane. The other guys are going to have to be willing to go with you. And these guys are not willing to go with anyone today. Look at this. You can see there's a 71 of Catal, Chris Buescher, and look at who's also going to go on that outside. The 19, Chase Briscoe, way in the back right there. Pretty sure we got him circled there. Or at least we did. But now you can see there, I think. So, yeah, Buescher went back in line. He went back in line behind the 45 of Reddick, as well as inside of the 48 of Bowman. Yeah, the 19 and the 71 are the only two guys on the outside lane right now. They're on that very top. And also, you want to talk about gridlock? Meanwhile, at the line there was 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go now here at Talladega. You want to talk about gridlock? The lead has gone back and forth between Stenhouse and Elliott. And, of course, Chase Elliott has had the better hand over Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in that number 47 car. And Stenhouse, like I said earlier, was the guy who made the playoffs. Pretty sure it was round one. He's a round one exit. Ross Chastain trying to go to the inside. Trying to go on that apron. Yeah, you can't really do that. It wouldn't work. I mean, the WO line thing isn't a thing in the mock series, but it wouldn't work either way going on the apron. And I wonder here, does Chastain want to dive to the inside and leave Stenhouse out to dry? All right, we got Ross Chastain, and he's been a championship caliber driver, I think, before. Stenhouse, not really. Stenhouse wants the prestige, and he wants to win here. He wants to win a race for Trackhouse. I mean, this year, only one win coming right here in the spring with Daniel Suarez, who's going to be out of that car. Of course, Connor Zilich's coming into that car next season. Suarez going to Spire Motorsports in 2026 to drive the 7. So that's awesome to see Suarez get a ride. He's been decent this year. Not the greatest, but not the worst at the same time. He's been mediocre. These guys are so far just been single file or double file. It's two trains. We have two trains here at Talladega. And Chase Elliott led that lap. I think the lap before is 0.000 seconds. This time it's 0.01 seconds. Take a look at the overhead camera, the aerial view. You can see there, Gibbs is thinking about going to the outside. He's thinking about it. You can see there, starting to peek to the outside. Maybe he thinks that the car right behind him is going to go with him, but he's not. He's not going to have the help, though. And that's Gibbs kind of hinting here. I want to go to this outside and take the lead. Gibbs thinks he has a faster car than Chase Elliott, a better car than Chase Elliott, and he wants to get on by him. That's Riley Herbst, who's third on that outside lane. And then you got the 51 of Kaz Gralla. So you got a lot of underdogs right here. Really two of them. Right behind Ty Gibbs and Chase Elliott. Then on this inside, it's kind of a wild card. You got Stenhouse and you got Chastain there, in the top two. Then in third on that inside lane, you got Eric Jones in the 43 who won the last drafting track in Atlanta just a few weeks back in the round of 12 cutoff race. The time's going to start the run out here. I believe this is 5 to go, or we're about to 5 to go here. Time's starting to wind down here. If you want a chance at winning and you're in the back, you have to make the move. I think this is where you start making the move. Maybe if you're way in the back, if you're kind of around 10th to 15th, then you kind of make a move here, I think, with the next couple of laps, 2 to 3 laps. Ty Gibbs is trying to do it again. He's trying to hint to Riley Herbst right behind him that he wants to get around the 9 to Chase Elliott. But the 35 just doesn't want to go with him. No one wants to go with the 54. And that's going to cause the Spotted Lane to have a better run because Ty Gibbs is trying to peek out. And that's going to allow Stenhouse, Elliott to lead that lap. Chase Elliott led that. Caution! Chase Elliott led that lap as we got debris on the racetrack. Debris on the back straightaway. And that will set us up for an overtime restart right here at Talladega. Caution is out. Major race implications. And that causes even more drama right here from the round of 8 cutoff race. So see who will make it into the championship 4. As of now, Kyle Larson will more than likely be in. And here we go. It's going to be NASCAR time here from Talladega. Pace car is going to duck off. Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott's going to lead us. Who's going to win this race? and who will make it into the championship for next weekend's finale in Homestead, Miami. Elliott, Gibbs, lead him to the green flag. It's overtime from Talladega. Already, one car jumps to the outside to try to make something work. That's going to be the 10 car of Noah Gregson. Going to go to the outside. Josh Berry now trying to maybe peek, maybe trying to avoid or trying to abandon the 5 of Kyle Larson. Cindric's going to push the 9 out front with the clear lead. Chase Elliott trying to go back-to-back with wins to try to get even better momentum for next weekend's championship race. Chase Briscoe's going to be third in line on the inside. Briscoe's going to push Cindric now. What does Briscoe do? Can Briscoe win this race? Briscoe so far is going to point his way in right now as the 4th guy in the championship 4. Cindric's going to go to the outside. Cindric goes up to work with Ty Gibbs. It's going to be the 2 chases on the inside. White flag is out. One more time around from Talladega. Third lane trying to form on the outside. Some Fords. Kozlowski trying to work with Josh Berry. He's going to go down the track. 4 wide behind him. 4 wide in the back. Cindric on the outside with Gibbs. So far, Elliott's going to have the advantage so far. Coming into 3 and 4 for the final time. Cindric's going to get even with Elliott. Gibbs trying to peek to the outside. Coming to the trial for the final time here at Talladega. Cindric edging ahead. Coming to the line. And Cindric with the run at the last second is going to come to the line and win at Talladega. Right at the last second, Austin Cindric gets the run that he needs, gets around Chase Elliott. Elliott lost the momentum when Chase Briscoe went to avoid him. And with that, Kyle Larson is in to the championship 4. And the 4th guy that's in is Chase Briscoe. Briscoe will go to the championship 4 for the first time ever in his NASCAR Cup Series career. Trying to get his first title this year. And the real question is, who will be the champion next weekend in Homestead?